Baghead. Interesting title. Very simple. But I think anytime we've kind of seen a bag on top of someone's head in these movies, it's not going to be good. And if you've seen the trailer, it's probably not going to be good. So how bad is it going to be? Well, let's see here. With the IMDb plot, a young woman inherits a rundown pub and discovers a dark secret within its basement. Baghead. Told you about Baghead. A shape shifting creature that will let you speak to lost loved ones, but not without consequences. Okay, yeah. Okay, well. Yeah, consequences. Baghead. Oof. All right, so this is another new one here, coming to Shudder. So I will keep this as spoiler free as possible. Definitely, like I said, the title is definitely makes it of interest. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh, this can be good, but I want to see it. So yeah, it is. I was really, once, I obviously did not read this plot or whatever before seeing it. I kind of caught a little bit of the trailer, and then I was like, okay, I just want to see it. I don't want to know too much more. Once the kind of concept here kind of is known, and once you kind of find out what is happening here with Baghead, I thought it was really interesting. Like that was interesting thought, interesting way to kind of put things and the way it's done. So kind of getting into it a little bit more before I kind of expand on that. Basically, at the beginning, you have a father who's living in this home, and someone comes to his house and wants to talk to Baghead. I don't know that they refer to it as Baghead, but wants to go down and talk with the person in the basement or whatever. But he's like, no, that's not happening. Go away. So he kind of wants to put an end to it. He tries, but it obviously fails. With that, then his daughter comes because she's now inherited the property, and she soon enough finds out that Baghead is here in this basement. And kind of as she kind of figures out that there are rules here, this is one of those movies that has rules and so forth. As far as Baghead and what can be done and not done and so forth. As she finds out, you kind of find out. So she comes, and she's also there with a friend, and they also, this gentleman that tried to get the father to let him speak to Baghead, he wants to still speak with it, and is offering money in order to do so. So the young woman's a little strapped on money, and she has things that she needs and so forth. I believe it was school. I might be wrong. But she seeks the opportunity. So, she's really no idea really truly what is going on, down there. But, she kind of wants the money. So she lets him go down there, and then, they kind of experience this weird kind of circumstance that happens. And then, as opposed to seeing it as, hey, this is just a bad idea, it's creepy, there's lots of bad stuff about it. Her friend is kind of warning her that, maybe we shouldn't be messing with this and doing this. Yeah, it is a horror movie, and we just can't help ourselves. Let's do it again, and see how far we can go before truly bad stuff happens. So yeah, as I said, there are kind of some rules with Baghead, and I don't want to go through them all, but so you guys have some things to see. But the sort of basics of it is that she's tied to the house now, and she cannot kind of escape it. Like, she's kind of the Baghead's, owner or boss or whatever you want to call it. So she can kind of has certain control over Baghead. Certain control, I'll say that. It's not total. The person who goes down and basically confronts Baghead or kind of sits. Baghead's kind of in a chair. It can get up. It will walk around, or whatever. But it typically sits in a chair, and you sit kind of across from it, and you give it a possession of the person that you want to talk to. Obviously, someone who's passed away. So you give them the possession. I think he gave a ring. I think it was. Um, it takes the ring, and I'll just say that, and then kind of takes form of that person. So removes the bag from his head, and kind of takes that person kind of takes over Baghead's body, and you kind of see that person. But basically, you have 2 minutes with that person. And it is supposedly truly that person. Obviously, they have no idea what the hell's going on. They've been dead, and so forth, whatever. In the instance of this guy, it was, I believe, his wife or his girlfriend, whatever, and he obviously misses her, but there were some issues going on, and I guess he wanted to finalize that or clarify something with that. And she's a little bit confused by that, and of course she's a little bit confused because she's supposed to be dead and doesn't really know what's going on. So I think they kind of go to that 2 or 3 times with him to try to get to what he's searching for. But obviously anything over 2 minutes, then Baghead kind of can become part of the person again. So anything after 2 minutes, Baghead is back kind of in control. So it's one of those things where you don't know if the person's telling the truth, not telling the truth. Is Baghead, not Baghead? After the 2 minutes is up, it's all fair game. The other person is no longer in control, is no longer there. Baghead is kind of resumed, and anything can be happening. So, it is kind of at your risk after that point. So, like I said, there are a few other rules, things and going on here, but I'm not going to give them all away, let you guys see it, but that's kind of the basics of it. And again, I thought, it's a very interesting concept, obviously bringing back someone from the dead. Obviously, there's, I don't want to get into spoiler territory. I don't want to, go into the complete direction of the movie, but obviously, the guy is not going to be the only one here trying to bring somebody back. Obviously, the girl is money hungry, and she's it has this strange thing in the basement, and it's almost like you should leave, but of course you're not going to leave. So obviously, stuff is going to be bad, and then some more research is going to be done. Her friend is there, so some more research is going to be done to who is this person in the basement. What are they truly after? How do we get rid of it? And that kind of thing. And you will find that, I will say that Baghead overall has an overall goal here, and there's a whole story, obviously, behind Baghead that comes with these rules and so forth. So you're just going to kind of have to sit and see how, creepy and dark it gets, and is Baghead gonna win in the end? Is the girl gonna win in the end? Is nobody gonna win in the end of the end? What is happening here? Let's see. I'm trying to keep it spoiler free. I don't want to say certain things. But yeah, again, I was really into this concept, like the fact that this thing could bring people back for 2 minutes and talk, and then that you'd want to, and then of course the bag, and then it kind of takes off the bag a little bit, and then it's down in the basement, so it's really dark and creepy. So I liked all of that. That was really good stuff. Whoever kind of came up with this idea was really good. And then when things kind of unfold and more is explained, like I said, you'll learn more about Baghead and what Baghead wants. Certain things are going to happen, and then it's going to kind of do one of those things where they kind of rewind a little bit and show you, key pieces to why we're at or how we got to where we are in the story. So it's a real fascinating, or I really thought it was fascinating, the whole thing with Baghead, the whole history and everything that had to do with it. So I'm all about Baghead. I thought it was a great concept and whatever. For the movie itself, it's not bad. It is, like I said, is dark. It's creepy, especially down in that basement. I thought they kept it moving. I didn't see how long this is. Oh, it's only about an hour and a half. So yeah, it didn't get too far out there and drag on. They have that set up at the beginning to kind of show you the father, and then, the girl, it kind of gets it down quickly. They don't waste too much time. Maybe you wish they would have spent a little more time with Baghead, but it's certainly dark. It's certainly creepy. Baghead is, when it kind of reaches and kind of goes to take off its head, and not its head, but its bag. That was pretty cool stuff, and really creepy. So, I don't know, just based on the concept alone of Baghead, and kind of sitting there and taking the shape of the person that you love, or you're missing, like you want, I guess the point is that they died, and you still have unanswered questions from, or you weren't ready for the, obviously no one's ready when someone goes, but they left something there that you want, or unexplained, that you need explained, and so forth. So that was interesting. I wish they would have done the trick. I know you kind of go back and forth sometimes in horror when they have tricks, or certain things they do. Like, you don't want them to overdo it because it kind of gets old, but you want to do enough, and I wish they would have done it. I was all for it. I like, let's do this another time or two. So, I could have seen, Baghead kind of do this transition, and maybe take off the bag again, and that kind of thing. A little bit more, but I'm not going to complain. It was fine. It was fine. But yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I really like the concept here. So yeah, if you're in the mood for something kind of dark and creepy, and it's probably not going to end well, and kind of, I'm not gonna, I don't really want to compare it to some of the movies that have rules and whatever, but it is just interesting setup of rules and stuff like that. And I would say, kind of pay attention, kind of when they rewind it back, and whatever, there are pieces of the puzzle there. I don't think that you could have gotten all the puzzle pieces, but probably expect it, kind of for the movie to kind of go where it ends up going. I it is a little bit of a twist and turn, but like I said, I don't think that you'll be totally shocked and totally blown away with the direction they, because they could have gone, one of a couple of different ways, and I don't think you'd be totally shocked with the way they chose to go, which ended up being totally fine with me, and really, I want to see more Baghead. Let's bring it on. Let's have other people bring back some other people, and see bad things happening. So yeah, there are definitely some creepy, disturbing, dark moments here, down here in this basement. So with that, I'm gonna give it 4 pools of blood. Largely due to the whole concept, and Baghead itself. Sometimes that's just enough. Now, and the movie's fine. Everything, with the movie, I enjoyed. The acting was fine. No problems with it. Like I said, they kept it dark, and they gave you the pieces and built upon it, and I don't think they missed anything in the end as far as, kind of leaving you there. So, but yeah, I just enjoyed the whole concept of Baghead in itself. So, again, that's 4 pools of blood out of 5. So, horrorlsgorreviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all of my reviews, written and video. Obviously, you have to go back for the written reviews. But if you're just interested in the video reviews, subscribe, like, do everything that everybody wants you to do. If not, it's truly okay. But feel free to swing over to the shorts and catch a few of those too. Twitter, Facebook information down below as well. So feel free to reach out to me there. Talk about horror, something you want me to review, comments on this movie, something else you think that I should see that I have not reviewed, or whatever. Feel free to reach out to me there, and definitely in the comment section. What did you think of Baghead? If you met Baghead, would you actually try to bring back somebody, or just kind of be like, oh, screw that shit, I'm out of here? Yeah. Whew. Yeah, anybody with a bag over the head, I mean, it's not good. We've seen horror movies and bags over the head, not good. Run now. So with that, I guess I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.